What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock, what you should be looking after for the future. I'm also going to do some in-depth technical analysis and talk about what could end up playing out for Tesla's share price for tomorrow based off the news that's coming out, because tomorrow is going to be an absolutely massive day as we have Jerome Powell speaking. So I'm going to break down why it's going to be so big, what he may end up saying for the markets, how it could affect the market's price action in the beginning for the overall market in Tesla, and also what Elon Musk, the man, the myth, the legend, Elon Musk, put on his Twitter page, which is very big for Tesla's future. Now, before I break anything down about Tesla, before I talk about how the market could be affected by tomorrow, I do have to mention a couple of things before starting. Real quick, I'm not a financial planner. Don't take any of this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. Not only benefits me, it benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last things, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull, the link down below, and deposit any amount of money into the account, you're guaranteed 12 free stocks, each worth up to $2,000. And you could always sell these 12 free stocks for cash and use that cash to buy some Tesla shares for free. It's a limited time offer. The offer ends in just 5 days. Check it out before they run out. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So Tesla was down 0.35% for the day. It's a little bit green in the after hours, but overall we were kind of red. So I want to actually talk about something very important. Right now when it comes to support and resistance levels, they won't be as accurate as before, in my opinion, until we actually see how this thing moves. Because the best way to really analyze the chart is see the more adjusted moves truly after the split happens, because many algos are still waiting to be adjusted. But I do have some historical data that I could use because TradingView already adjusted their chart. So it could give us an idea, as I used a Fibonacci retracement chart to figure out what Tesla could end up doing. So I just wanted to make that very clear. Other than that, we do have some very big things coming to the markets. So right now, the markets are very uncertain. I know the market pushed up at like 1.41% for SPY. We saw some nice moves, a big rally towards the end of the day, which was awesome. But the markets are still uncertain. They're uncertain because we were dropping pretty hard a couple of days ago, right? We actually hit 411 just 2 days ago. The market took a big hit. Now SPY is starting to show signs of reversal, but it's not in the clear just yet. We're very close to that $420 level of resistance. It's going to be a fight once we get there. But the market is uncertain because we were very greedy about a couple of weeks ago. Then we turned super or more towards the fearful side just like yesterday or a couple of days ago. And now we're back to neutral. So the market is just going back and forth between greedy to fearful, back to neutral. And that's because there's not really a set direction just yet. It's going to be affected by the Fed, what the Fed is truly going to be doing. We don't have an FOMC meeting for this month, but we have another one coming for the month of September. So until then, I think the market's going to remain to be choppy, but it may actually pick a direction after tomorrow plays out. So why is tomorrow so important? We have Jerome Powell speaking. All right. And he's not likely to tell investors what they want to hear according to these sources. Now, in my honest opinion, we don't have to actually take this too seriously because Jerome Powell is very notorious for being very light on the markets and not saying things that cause them to dip. He came from Wall Street. He came from the markets. This is his background. So he does not want us to take a very, very big hit. Now, that doesn't guarantee that he's going to do that over and over again, though. That's the thing. So we don't truly know what he's going to do. If he is 100% blunt with everyone, the market would take a hit. If not, then if he tries to kind of sugarcoat a lot of things here and there, which is what he tends to do, it won't be as bad. So what is he most likely going to do? In my opinion, it's more likely that we don't see a massive hit like after he's done speaking, because he has a tendency of trying his best to keep us afloat. And in my opinion, if he's super truthful, that's also a possibility. It's less likely. What he's going to say is that, look, CPI came out back in for the month of July, and it came out at 8.5%. And the market was a little bit happy about that because it does show a big drop relative to June, which may be a signal that the market has seen inflation peak. And if he says that, if he says he thinks inflation has peaked, it's going to get, so much better. You guys don't have to worry. It's very likely the market could actually respond in a pretty decent way, not as bad. But then at the same time, what about the rate hikes? And that's where people are very, very uncertain, because the Fed's Bullard, he actually stated that the rate hikes have to come in more aggressively. He really wants to see that happen. And the market didn't respond as hawkishly as they used to essentially. And from what I'm seeing right now, I do think the Fed should be I would say, pretty aggressive for September, but I don't think that Powell is going to signal that just yet. So that's why I'm not necessarily extremely bearish for tomorrow, but I do think we're going to see a lot of fluctuations and a lot of moves dependent on what Powell says. So here's what you should look out for. In the market, tomorrow I expect, or I think it's very likely, we're going to see the SPY rally for the first 15 minutes. And remember, Powell is speaking at 10 a.m. Eastern time on Friday, right? 10 a.m., 30 minutes after the market opens tomorrow. So first 15 minutes, I think the market's going to make a big move up. Then by 9:45 a.m., I think the market's going to switch and it's going to take a big hit and the market's going to turn red. We're going to see red all over the place from Tesla to AMC, or if you're looking at Coinbase or anything else, I think that's what's going to happen. And when he's talking for whether it's like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, we're going to see a lot of chop. We're going to see a big green candle, then a big red candle. It's going to be crazy. And the direction we go in is going to depend on what he says. That's most likely going to be the case. Now, sometimes the market interprets things completely differently, so it doesn't always work out as logically as you would think. So that's why tomorrow is going to be a roller coaster. And I think that the first 35 minutes are going to show lots of volatility. And after that, the rest is going to depend on the markets. So what I essentially did right here is this. I looked at Tesla's historical data in an adjusted chart, and I've used the Fibonacci retracement to show you some very, very key zones. And what I'm essentially seeing is the golden pocket is around that $270 level. That doesn't guarantee Tesla will come down, but historically during those splits, stocks tend to come down initially before they make big recoveries after that. So that is a key zone to look out for if Tesla were to turn kind of bearish over the next couple of weeks, but I can't guarantee it yet. We have to see what the Fed is doing and how the market is responding, because the SPY did push up towards the end of the day, and we did actually see Tesla push up a bit after that. So as far as support and resistance goes, as of right now, I could confirm this. We have support at 290, and if 290 doesn't hold us, I would be looking out for maybe that 280 to 284 range, more specifically 284. That's going to be a key support zone. For resistance, look out for firstly 300. That's going to be strong resistance. If we break that, then 305 and then 309 are going to be key zones, in my opinion. Are these charts as accurate as the old ones I had? The answer is no, because we don't have as much data and we haven't seen Tesla in these zones for real time after the split. So take some of these with a grain of salt. The most accurate ones right now are going to be between 305 up until like 284. These are the most accurate ones. Above or below that, it's a lot trickier to predict or understand. We'll have to watch for those. So what could happen tomorrow? I can't really paint out the whole day. It's very dependent on Powell. All right. But I do think this is going to happen. Into open, I think Tesla's going to push up for the first 15 minutes to 300, like super fast until 9:45. So maybe around 300 or so, maybe a little bit higher. Then it's going to come down right after 9:45 as we approach 10 a.m. because the market tends to drop when Powell comes on because the market's very uncertain. And remember, the market does not like uncertainty. So it's going to come down like this, below 300 in my opinion, and it's going to turn red. Tesla's going to come down to that 390 range, 390 flat to 391. Now, we did bounce off that for today. I can't guarantee we're going to bounce after that because it depends on what Powell says. So maybe Powell says some like good things, the market pushes up, Tesla's back to like 296, then it comes down, then we get a big push to the upside. I mean, it's going to be crazy if I'm going to be blunt with you, but I don't truly know what's going to happen from here. I just expect lots of crazy volatility. All right. And then where we go after that. So imagine the market pushes up. 15 minutes before Powell comes on, it drops pretty hard. Tesla comes back down to the 290s, maybe even lower. And then maybe we just see lots of sideways crazy action for the next like hour. And then after that, where we go depends on Powell. If Powell says some really bullish things that don't hurt the market as much and the market does rally, it's possible that even Tesla could kind of get dragged into that. And it won't drop as hard, it won't rally as hard. We could actually push a little bit green for the day again like this, maybe range trade for the remainder of the day, unless the algos get adjusted already. But but I don't expect crazy good price action from Tesla yet because the algos still need adjustment. So things could be a little bit better if Powell is like not really saying anything that's too bad for the markets, too hawkish. But what if Powell is more hawkish? What if Powell actually announces something such as he would consider a 100 basis point hike? For example, Tesla could come down, the whole market could come down, right? It's dependent on Powell. Tesla could test 290. If it doesn't hold us, this thing will likely come all the way down into the 280s like this. Only if Powell really announces something that the market does not want to hear, right? So it's really dependent on him from this end. But in the beginning, I see action kind of like this for the first hour. So I just want to prepare you guys for that. Remember, it's very likely we see a big push into open for the first 15 minutes. Then by 9:45, we see a big drop, especially when Powell comes in. Lots of volatility, crazy, crazy action when he's speaking. I don't think it's going to pick just one side. And then after he's done speaking, the market's going to pick a side. We don't truly know. It depends on what he says. SPY is also going to help dictate that. But right now, Tesla's not as strongly correlated with SPY as it was from before, at least temporarily. And another thing to consider is historically during these stock splits, stocks tend to actually come down. So I can't guarantee tomorrow is going to be a red day, but for the upcoming weeks, be prepared for that. All right, be very prepared for that. The golden pocket could actually be around the 270 range if this thing were to come down over the next couple of weeks. I'm just not guaranteeing that. Just trade the chart on a day to day basis, do what you have to do, and be prepared for anything. I'm just warning you right now. As far as comparisons go, you guys can see how correlated the SPY tends to be with Tesla. But recently, I can't really zoom into this, but recently you could see the SPY kind of curled up. Tesla did not curl up to the same degree as before. So it's kind of slowing down right now. And I do think that right now its beta could actually drop just slightly because it's still adjusting to these changes. But going forward over the next couple of weeks, I see more volatility for Tesla, just like how it used to be. Now, as far as this data goes, I think these things should be adjusted for after the split. So we need to give a little bit more time for the data to come out. That's essentially what I have for this video. Now, even though Tesla's share price is a little bit different, it has a different psychological aspect for investors, it's not the end of the world because Tesla's still an incredible company. It's still the same company, and I'm still very bullish for its long term. This person known as Ron Barron stated that I love Tesla, made about 20x of our money. I think we're going to make 3 to 5x our money again over the next 10 years. Over the next 10 years, I think Tesla is going to be the largest company in the world. And 10 years after that, I think it'll be challenged by SpaceX at Elon Musk. And Musk responded, Ron Barron is awesome. So I do agree with Ron Barron, except there's a possibility that he could actually not even be as bullish enough to say it's going to 3 to 5x in the next 10 years. It could do even more than that, believe it or not. So, with that said, for the long term, I'm very, very bullish for the long term future of Tesla. For the short term, there are going to be lots of fluctuations here and there. And for the very short term, tomorrow we have Powell speaking very soon. Be ready for that. Be ready for the volatility and do what you have to do. Watch the charts and remember to hunt. Do not chase when it comes to trading. Not financial advice, by the way. Anyways, thank you. Have a great rest of the day. I'll most definitely see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Tesla to the moon because the long term future is bright. And peace out.